What if living wisely has nothing to do with age, and everything to do with how deeply you understand life? If that question resonates with you, you're in the right place. Consider subscribing, because today we're exploring what it truly means to live wisely. Let's start with a foundational idea. Wisdom begins when the noise quiets down. In our world, we're drowning in information, news flashes, social media feeds, endless notifications. We're told more is better, more data, more knowledge, more input. But wisdom doesn't grow from more information. It grows from less noise. It sprouts in the soil of silence, in the quiet moments of observation. It's about seeing what everyone else overlooks because they're too busy scrolling. Ask yourself this: when was the last time you truly listened? Not just to someone else, but to the world around you, to the subtle whispers of your own intuition, to life itself. That's where wisdom begins. In that pause, in that stillness. Here's another way to think about it. Being smart gets you ahead in life. Being wise brings you peace. A smart person is great at solving problems. They can find the solution, fix the issue, and move on. But a wise person often prevents the problem from ever happening in the first place. Smartness is a tool for navigation. Wisdom is the compass that sets the course. Smart is reactive. Wisdom is proactive. Smartness is about knowing what to say. Wisdom is about knowing when to say nothing at all. It's a subtle but profound difference. If this idea opens something inside you, let me know in the comments. We're just getting started. A core pillar of a wise life is seeing reality without resistance. Think about it. Where does most of our suffering, our anxiety, our stress come from? It comes from fighting reality. It comes from expecting life to be different than what it is. We want the sun when it's raining. We want people to be who we wish they were, not who they are. We want the past to be different. This struggle, this friction between our expectations and reality, is a constant source of pain. The wise, however, learn to align with reality. They understand that everything shifts: our emotions, the seasons, our relationships, our fortunes. Nothing is permanent. Because they accept this fundamental truth of impermanence, they don't cling desperately to the highs, nor do they completely collapse in the lows. They learn to walk a steady path through the inevitable ups and downs of life. So, a powerful question to ask yourself is, what truth of my life have I been resisting? What if, instead of fighting it, you simply accepted it as the starting point for what comes next? This leads us directly to the next point. Wisdom is living intentionally. Most people live reactively. Their day is a series of reactions to external events. An email comes in, they react. The news reports something, they react. Someone says something, they react. They are pulled in 1,000 different directions, their energy scattered, their focus fractured. The wise, on the other hand, live deliberately. They choose their pace, they choose their words carefully, they choose their direction with purpose. They understand that every single choice, no matter how small, is an act of building. Every habit, every decision, every interaction is a brick being laid in the foundation of the life they are creating. Their life isn't an accident, it's a construction. So, take a moment today and ask yourself, what kind of life am I building with my choices right now? Is this action, this thought, this word, building the life I truly want? Now, what if I told you that one of the most powerful acts of wisdom is about gaining something, but about letting go? This is often the hardest part for us. The wise understand the necessity of release. They consciously let go of what no longer serves them. Think about all the things we carry. Old stories we tell ourselves about who we are and what we're capable of. Old identities that we've outgrown but still cling to. Old expectations we place on ourselves and others. Old attachments to outcomes we can't control. We grip these things so tightly, believing they keep us safe, but in reality, they're anchors holding us back. Letting go is not losing. It's not admitting defeat. It is a courageous act of aligning with your own growth. It's making space for the new to enter. So, what are you gripping right now that's holding you back from your next chapter? What story, what expectation, is it time to release? Letting go becomes easier when we practice the next principle of wisdom, compassion. True wisdom recognizes that everyone, and I mean everyone, is carrying invisible burdens. Everyone is healing from battles you cannot see. The person who cut you off in traffic, the co-worker who was short with you, the family member who seems distant, they all have a story, a struggle, a pain. When we remember this, compassion naturally arises. It softens our judgment. It dissolves the walls of conflict. It brings us back to our shared humanity. And this compassion absolutely must, extend to yourself. We are often our own harshest critics. We demand perfection and beat ourselves up for every mistake. But growth is not a straight line. Healing takes time. Wisdom is knowing that you deserve the same grace, the same patience, the same understanding that you would offer to a dear friend. Be kind to yourself on this journey, and that journey ultimately leads you back to your own truth. You already know. Deep down, you know what drains you and what energizes you. You know what truly matters in the grand scheme of things and what is just noise. You know what feels expansive and what feels constricting. Wisdom is the courage to listen to that inner knowing and to live by that truth, even when it's difficult, even when it's unpopular, even when it means walking a different path than everyone else. The wise don't chase the world's definition of success. They don't try to keep up with the crowd. They follow their own compass. They honor their own integrity. Living your truth is the ultimate act of self-respect. Finally, all of these principles are woven together by one final, crucial element: presence. The past teaches us valuable lessons. The future inspires us with possibilities. But life, real life, can only be lived in the present moment. Most of our anxiety is rooted in the future, and most of our regret is rooted in the past. Presence is the antidote. It's the act of bringing your full attention to this moment, right here, right now, to the feeling of your breath, to the sounds around you, to the task at hand. Presence clears the mind of clutter, it softens the heart, and it aligns your actions with your intentions. Wisdom and presence are inseparable. They walk hand in hand. You cannot be wise in the past or the future. You can only be wise now. So, let's bring it all together. To live wisely is to live a life guided by an inner compass. It means you listen deeply, beneath the surface noise. You see reality clearly, without the distortion of resistance. You choose intentionally, building the life you desire. You let go courageously, releasing what holds you back. You act with compassion, for others, and for yourself. You'll align with your own authentic truth. And you do it all by returning, again and again, to the power of the present moment. Remember, wisdom isn't a destination you arrive at one day. It's not a certificate you earn. It is a direction. It is a way of being. It's a compass you learn to trust. Your soul deserves a compass, and your life is waiting to follow it. If this reflection brought you any clarity or peace today, I hope you'll subscribe to join our community. Thank you for spending this time with me. Follow your compass.